Hi, welcome to Jackie Burns Creations. We are doing Spring Shabby Chic, and I am doing it with some of my OG girls. We've been doing this for almost 2 years now. It's fun. It's fun to have all these ladies participate. And OG, I don't think it stands for old girls. I think it stands for original girls. So come along and see what each one of us have done. Go ahead and hit that button to subscribe. This art is my first projects. I have 3. First, I'm showing you the transfers, some of the transfers. But I have 3 Crocs, and one came from Goodwill, and it says Granny's Cookies on one side. The other 2 came from France because I went to France in November. And I thought some of these IOD transfers would look great on these. So I'm just wiping off the Crocs. That great big one is the Granny's Cookies. But you'll see how I make it over and it looks great. So what you do is you cut out your transfers. You lay them on your clean area. They'll go on wood, glass, ceramic, just about anything. And they give you this plastic stick and you just keep rubbing until it gets a little bit clearer. And then you can see how I start lifting the plastic paper that it's attached to, and that's called the wave. And once you start getting it down and lifting, it just seems to come real easy when you press on it. Sometimes it's a little bit of a pain to get it started, but we'll work on it. How do you like my little tray thing I got here? I'll have to remember what company I got it from, but I saw them advertise it and thought, oh my gosh, this will be perfect for bottles and things so they don't roll around. So many times I've been chasing things across the desk. But it's just a nice little piece of woodwork there. So I'm just working on getting this down. This one's a navy blue color, and they're all French labels. And I just take them, burnish it with the plastic, and you see how pretty that looks. Doesn't that look like it's original to it? Now I've got one in light blue that I'm putting on the second jar. Like I said, I got these in France at a flea market. These people invited my friend and I if we wanted to go to a flea market in Lyon. And instead of going on the tour, we said, oh yeah, twist our arms. And oh my gosh, I had so much fun. I could have brought back so much stuff. One of these days I'll get myself together and post the trip, pictures of the trip. And here's the great big one. I found a big transfer for it. And I just love these IOD products. They're so awesome. And they just came out with some new ones. Haven't used them yet, but I'm going to. So anyway, I haven't done any videos since, I think it was the end of October. Yeah, the end of October. I moved on November 3rd, and boy, was it not fun. You just don't even realize what you have until you start packing up. And I got rid of a lot of things. I sold some things like furniture. I got rid of my husband's old cars. Oh, and there they are, all done. Aren't those cute? I got rid of all his tools. And boy, it was tough. It was really hard. Last year was a tough year. And if you didn't know, my husband passed away almost a year ago in February 28th. And In June, I decided to sell the house. It was too big. And in October or September, I finally got an offer. So we were trying to close on my house, and I was trying to close on my new house and get things moved, and it was crazy. I did have some help, and I'm really appreciative of them. Okay, this is the second project. I thought, oh, let's do some nice flowers for spring. So here's another one of the transfers, and I put it on this breadboard, but it's not really a breadboard. I got this at Walmart, and it says not for food use, decorative use only. So the whole transfer wouldn't fit on there, so I cut out the bottom and the top, and I thought, well, I'll just put it right over, and what it does is it shows like the company and where they're from, and so that's what I'm doing right here, making these go right over the top. So these breadboards are pretty cute. You could paint them, stain them, do anything to them. And I'm still in a bit of a quandary. I don't know where my paints are. I did find some paint brushes the other day. Don't know where my heat gun is. I don't know. Don't know where my glue gun is. Had to get a new one. So there it is with the roses. Isn't that gorgeous? So I'm going over it with some decoupage medium. I'm trying a different kind. And so I thought, well, we're going to make it shabby chic. We're, getting some cloth here. And so what I did was I bought a great big tarp at Walmart. Yeah, Walmart. Brain fart. Okay, so anyway, these aren't like the heaviest, dutiest ones, but they make great strips for doing shabby chic. And you could probably make pillows out of them and stuff. And they fray a lot, but that's okay. That's what I want for shabby chic. So I had this ticking material, and I'm going to use that. I'm cutting out different strips. And I have this material. This is a heavier duty, I guess it's like a tick. Well, I don't know exactly what it would be. I ordered this online, and it's just more for like if you want to do upholstery or something. And so I'm just getting my ribbons together. I'm fraying the sides a little bit, cutting off some loose threads. Giving them a little trim. I'm still getting my house in place. Most of it's in place, but there's still areas that I'm working on. Still working on my craft room, too. I'll give you a tour of the craft room one of these days. But I'm so glad to be back doing videos. I just love all my subscribers. And I did find this one jar of vintage buttons I had, so I found this gold one, and I thought, well, I'll just put this right in the middle here. This will be pretty. Okay. Oh, and then I remembered, oh, yeah, I need to shabby it up a little bit more. And so I grabbed a lighter grit sanding sponge. Just lightly go over it, scratch it a little bit so it looks a little distressed. And there it is finished. You can see a few of the scratches in it to make it look a little older, distressed. There's our ribbons, our bow. Right out my window, I don't have a great view of a block wall, so I might have to go out there and paint a mural on it. Third project. So I got this craft kit from Jamie Ray Vintage, JRV. And every couple of months they do a craft kit. You can get a subscription or just buy one. Well, these are the products that come with it. And I like these because besides being darn cute, they give me a chance to use products I've not ever used before. And these are called the Sweet Pickins paint. It's a milk paint. It's a powder form, and you add warm water to it. And I've never really used this kind of paint before. So I am trying to figure out how much I need and how much water I need. Jimmy always says, oh, just pour a little water in there. She's used to it. So anyway, I'm taking a fork and mixing this up. This is a lovely brown. So I might have to get some more of the bigger sacks and try it on more things, because you'll see how well this project turned out. And since I'm decorating my house, I thought, oh, what cuter way than to do these bookends for my new bookshelf for spring. So her husband, Zeb, cut these out, and they did a cool job. Or he did a great job in designing and cutting these out. They're MDF, and they're 3-ply. Full one in the middle and 2 with cutouts on each side. And I'm just trying to get that paint down there and all the nooks and crannies. You can see that little cutout there on the side. So what they did was they sent clear wax. So I scooped a little bit out with my fingernail and I just put it on my mat there. And I'm taking a little bit on my fingers and just going along the edges and every once in a while. Because what happens here is the next layer of paint I put on will resist the wax. And so I get that really cool chippy look. And the Sweet Pickins milk paint, you can really get some cool chippiness from it. So I've got little chunks there I'm messing with. But I'm going along the edges and every once in a while, like in the middle or something. And now I'm mixing up the next color. I think it was called Bluebird. It's a kind of a bluish green. It's very pretty. Very muted colors, not overly bright. Just lovely, lovely colors. So I'm going with this Bluebird on top and getting in all the little nooks and crannies. And one of my favorite words, I'm slathering it on. So if you have a chance to pick up some of this paint, pick it up and try it. And it's a really good paint to layer so you get different looks. Well, since I don't know where my heat gun is, I went and got a spare hair dryer. You turn it on high and just keep it moving, and you can see areas where it's starting to chip. And they just kind of peel up from where that wax is and blow off in the sunset. Not really, but they blow away. I'm just moving that constantly so I don't burn it. This gives you such a really cool, shabby chic look. Just wiping it off. Now I've got a rag that I got wet, and I'm doing some wet distress. This really wet distresses very nicely. And I'm going along the edges. And you can see I'm still, getting some shabby chic chippiness off of there. Isn't that cool? Look at how neat that is. Just looks like old paint that's had, or old corbels that have had many layers of paint on them. So now with some of the rest of the clear wax, I am waxing them because that will stop the chipping and seal them. And right now they still feel waxy, but as it dries more, it will set in there and be very nice. So now I'm really excited. I told my son, oh, you can help me put my bookshelves together. So I'm excited to put these up on the bookshelves. So here it is with some vintage books, and you can see how cool it looks. I might even get a little dark wax and go in some of the little nooks and crannies too, when I'm able to find my dark wax. That you can see how cool this looks. See all that great chippiness? And I appreciate each and every one of you. I hope you've missed me. I've missed you. And I'm ready to get back to work. And here's the corbels and the cutting board. And if you're new to the channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. I feel like I'm new too. It's excited and enthusiastic to get going. I'll be having some videos coming up in the near future, and hope you enjoy some of these ideas I have floating around in my head. And thank you for watching. I appreciate it. And go ahead and hit that subscribe. Like, subscribe, and comment. And I will see you again real soon. Bye.